Hey guys, it's Nurse Infinity here. We're back with another video. So today's video is going to be about why we became a nurse, and we're just going to talk about our nurse journey so far. And if you're interested in the career of nursing, stay tuned. So would you like to go first and tell us about your nursing journey?
Sure.
Okay.
So I don't really have I grew up wanting to be a nurse kind of moment or anything in particular where, a lot of people have family members who were sick and they were at their, side taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I actually had a different career path that I wanted to pursue. So I actually have another degree in exercise science, so kinesiology, and I actually wanted to pursue physical therapy.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. But life happens and it just kind of didn't work out the way I had planned. So I really had to think about what I wanted in life and what was going to be fulfilling for myself. Something that I'd want to do for, decades and decades, basically, till I retire. So with the help of family and friends, it was literally like just brainstorming like career ideas and researching each idea and just kind of figuring out what would fit my personality and what is something that I like to do. And someone kind of mentioned nursing to me, and I was like, well, it was kind of always in the back of my mind, in the back of my head, even in high school. But I never really took it serious.
Really thought about it.
Yeah, and never really thought about it. And the more I researched it and even compared and contrasted it with physical therapy, I was like, you know what, I think nursing might fit my personality a little better. I get to do skills. It's science, it's medicine. You can interact with so many different types of people, different ages, and the career options are endless. So it's not like you're tied to one specific specialty.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, okay, maybe this might be for me, and I just kind of went for it. I just signed up for classes, figured out what prereqs I needed, and at that time I was transitioning from I was moving from a different state, so it was kind of like perfect timing, like new start,
Yeah.
But I jumped right into it. I took all the classes I needed to apply, got in, and as soon as I started doing clinicals, it was like an epiphany moment, like, okay, this is, like, I really enjoyed it. I really liked clinicals.
This is where I need to be.
Yeah, this is exactly what it was. It was like, this is where I need to be. This is what I want to keep doing. And that motivation and excitement kind of pushed me through nursing school, because, nursing school is not easy. So having that moment in clinicals, I had a moment in clinicals, actually, where it was just like, it's the first semester. I don't know with your school, but our first semester we just did, we were at a nursing home / rehab facility, learning just
basic nursing
basic
skills. Taking vitals.
Right, like even just changing linens and things like that, showering patients and stuff.
Baby.
So I remember this patient was complaining of abdominal pain, and she had been throwing up all night, and I was like, okay, it just kind of came to you, it just came to me, at least, asking all these questions and assessing the patient and assessing her bowel sounds, and she still had a bucket of her of emesis. Even just looking at it, I was like, yeah, this is not normal. It was green, so I was like, this is bile. I called my professor over. She did a quick assessment, and she's like, yeah, there's something going on with this patient. And sure enough, they sent her to the hospital, and she ended up having an obstruction. So it was like,
okay, Jasmine.
Yeah, it was in that moment. I was like, okay, I can do this. Even with the basic, literally, it only been a couple weeks of nursing school. It was even with this basic knowledge, I was I knew what to do in that moment. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So I always brought myself back to that one moment, and kind of got me to where I am now. So
I don't know if I can top that. That's pretty
Yeah.
profound moment there. I don't know, for me, so when I graduated from high school, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I didn't graduate high school in Chicago. I graduated high school in Atlanta, but that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that another time. But for me, I really wanted to be a medical technologist. I think the degree at the time was clinical medical technician or whatever it is. You know, the people that work in the labs.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they do
like
what do they?
Like they're not a doctorate level degree, but I don't know what they really do. Give me a second. Like I know what they do. Like they do the tests. Like you know they like run the blood, run the urine. But let me give you guys a more detailed and appropriate job description.
A few moments later.
Yes, I don't really have like a detailed job description, but they work in a lab. Like, you know, whatever specimens that are collected in the hospital, wherever they work at, they help process those and interpret the end results. There you go. There's your detailed job description. Thank you for talking that through with me. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do when I first graduated from high school. I applied to I applied to Tennessee State University to go to their school for their program. This is like just a random fun fact, but I didn't put my apartment number on my application. So I waited forever for my offer letter or whatever, acceptance letter. And I finally called and they're like, we sent it weeks ago. You didn't get it. And they're like, oh, it's past the deadline. No. So that didn't work out. So I ended up going away. I went away to another school in Georgia, southern Georgia. My major was nursing at the time. So I think maybe the first semester I did nursing and it was hard.
But how did you what made you do nursing? You just oh, I'll try this type of thing, or?
Well, let me start here. I always wanted to do something in the medical field. Science was my thing. Mm-hmm. I like science, stuff like that. So it was either a physical therapist, which I didn't really like that. I think I wanted to learn more so skills. That's what first attracted me to the nursing field. I wanted to, IVs and all this stuff that they do. I want to learn how to do that. It was the skills and then just the knowledge that nurses have. They know so much. Wow, I want to have that type of knowledge.
And I didn't even realize that in the beginning.
What?
How much knowledge and stuff. Once you start diving more into nursing school and learning, even our professors, everyone's done. Their experience is so diverse as well, and it's I didn't realize it until I was in nursing school. It's wow, you can literally do even more than I thought you could, and you have to know so much.
You have to know a lot. So those are my two reasons. The school the college or university I eventually ended up going to, they didn't have clinical medical technician or medical technologist, whatever the specific name is. Mm-hmm. So I did nursing. That was the next thing I wanted to do. So I did that. I did, I can't really remember why. I think it was maybe one class I didn't do well in for the nursing program. But I remember I didn't do bad. It was the first semester. I think I took nutrition. I did fine, but it was something that deterred me, threw me off. So I said, no nursing for me. I changed my major to forensic science. So I had that. I think I had that major for 2 semesters. But I just remember it didn't work out for me. I was very unfocused.
I had moments.
Yeah, I just think
a year or two.
Yeah, I was just very unfocused. I just
unmotivated,
unfocused. Well, I would say I was motivated, but I was motivated in the wrong things. I wanted to get out there and live. I got a job. I was focusing more so on my job and not schoolwork. So I did 1 year of school. Well, a year and a summer semester. No, I did 3 semesters of school. So then I went back home. I went into the workforce. I started bartending. I did that for years. So that's what I did. And then I just decided to go back to nursing school. That's what I originally wanted to do. I started thinking I'm getting older. I needed a career, something that something I can fall back on. Food and beverage is a good business. People make a lot of money, and even people make, they have longevity in their career. But just personally for me, it was something that I didn't want to do anymore. I wanted to just, started a profession. So I went back to school, and fast forward to now, it's been like almost 2 years. I'm working as a nurse, but that's it. It probably wasn't as exciting as you guys thought it would be, but
No, I mean, not everyone has those moments, you know, like we were discussing before. There's people who this is their second career or third career, you know, and they start this profession later in life, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't. No one is born or goes to high school or goes to college and is set. I mean, a lot of people do. Don't get me wrong, but it's okay to change your mind.
Yeah.
And
like, you know, I
find out what you like and don't like.
I have some regret. I wish I would have just got it done and over with. But, you know, I was able to live my life. Like, I did a lot of stuff, you know, things I wouldn't have been able to do if I would have just went through college and became a nurse. Like, you know, like.
Yeah.
So, everybody's journey is different. Don't beat yourself up. Because, you know, I took a lot of losses, you know, a lot of wins, but also, you know, to get to where I am.
Same.
And it really.
I was out of school for a while too.
Yeah, me too.
From graduating and then starting nursing school, it was like 3 years.
Yeah, it was some time for me. But just to backtrack to what you said about, like, how I said earlier that the reason I wanted to become a nurse was because of the skills. Initially, that was my reason why. And, you know, I wanted just a stable career, like longevity in my career. I knew I would always have a job. Like, you know, nurses were in demand. Besides that, it was like when I became a nurse, that's when I started realizing, like, wow, like, you know, it's like I'm more personable than what I thought.
Yeah, so I guess once we're actually in the workforce now, everything is kind of like pieced together now. Like, everything has come together.
Yeah, you see the bigger picture of why.
Yeah, like everything in nursing school that we were taught, everything's starting to make sense now. And it's like, oh, that wasn't just something that they decided to teach us. It's like, oh, it's actually important. And like she said, like, you realize the connections you make with people and the different types of people you meet. Like, I've met so many interesting people, and just getting to know people, even if it's just for, you know, a shift or two. It's every shift's different also. Even on the med-surg floor, I know a lot of people are turned off by a med-surg unit, but it's still nursing, and every shift is different. You never know what, you know, kind of patients you're gonna see and what kind of disease processes and things like that they're gonna have. Being, you know, actively working, it all comes full circle, and then you do realize, like, at least for me, I realized, like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to keep doing this. I don't see myself, even if I wanted to change careers at this point, like, I don't even see what I would want to do. Like, this is kind of it for me. And the next questions is more of what specialties do we want to move into, what kind of nurse do we want to be, is kind of my next step, my next goal. Because, like she said, we've both been nurses for going on 2 years, so we're still fairly new and young.
For 2 years. But that's it. You know, once you start working, you'll see, like, the impact you have on your patients. Clinical is just a small portion of what actually goes on, but
still take advantage.
Yeah, try to learn as much as you can, but
jump at every opportunity. It's scary. Like, I still struggle with, I guess, like, self-esteem, or like being unsure.
Really?
Yeah, like, being unsure with some stuff. Like, if I'm putting in, you know, like, even when we float to somewhere, and I'm like, oh, no. Even though I've been floating there for, like, ever. Like, that's what's gonna get you to be a better nurse. Like, take every opportunity. Don't say no to anything.
Just take the opportunity to learn. So just remember that people are at the core of everything. The patients are the core of everything. So if your motivation to be a nurse is that you want to gain the knowledge, okay, that's fine. Gain the knowledge, but gain that knowledge to be able to take care of your patients. If your goal is that you want, you know, to make money or whatever, make money, but, you know, don't lose sight at the end of the day that you're doing it to take care of these individuals that are sick. It might be corny to you guys, but it's the truth, you know. Okay, guys, so that was just a short little video, just talking about why we became nurses and just a small part of our nurse journey. We're going to continue more and talk more about our nursing school experience more, our nurse residency experience, and just our overall experience as being working med surg, floating, all those things. So stay tuned for those. Please like, subscribe, comment. Please leave feedback. Let us know if you guys are enjoying the videos, and everyone stay safe, and thank you for tuning in.